Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have some fascinating guests in studio today. We have John Fay, founding partner, and Mark Farrow, partner of Fay and Farrow and Associates.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, guys.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. Now, I want to ask you, you're both attorneys, you're family law attorneys.
That's correct.
How much does experience count when I need an attorney?
Liz, I think it's absolutely critical. I mean, it's essential that your attorney has an understanding of the process that people are going to go through. It's important that they not only know the law, but understand the circumstances that are involved in their particular case. It's absolutely critical, too, that they know the judges that are involved in the case, because let me tell you, some of these judges have some nuances that, unless you know how they're going to react, you want to approach them a certain way, and that's very important.
And how many years of experience do you have?
Been doing this for 37 years, so it's been a while.
That's awesome.
Seen a few things, too.
I bet. Mark, what do you think about experience?
Well, I'm in year 26, so I'm a little bit younger than John in my practice experience. But I think it is really important that there's so much discretion in our statute that understanding the proclivities of the particular judges, I really think that's the most important thing. And that's why I think it's important to hire an attorney who concentrates their practice in divorce and family law, so they have this day-to-day experience with the judges, who get transferred out of divisions from time to time. So the identity of judges changes over time. So being there, being in the courthouse on a day-to-day basis, I think is essential to kind of get the lay of the land, know where these judges are going to go on a particular issue.
You know, I think that's something that we don't think about when we're seeking a family law lawyer or a divorce attorney, that we're really concentrated on just our immediate problems. So,
sure.
And I'm sure you all are very experienced, but tell me a little bit about the divorce process and how you counsel. It's a tough time.
Sure, absolutely. What we do, Liz, is we offer an initial consultation that allows people to come in, and we get a chance to get some of the background information concerning their particular case. Gives us an opportunity to explain what the law is and the process that they're about to go through, and then hopefully give them an idea or a sense of direction as to where they might want to go. It gives them a sense of that we understand what we're doing, that the confidence that we're going to get them to where they want to be, and that that their rights are protected, that their kids are taken care of, that they're going to get the kind of results that they hope to receive. So part of it is being able to give them that confidence that we can do that for them.
Absolutely, and that's important too. Mark, I bet it's about building a relationship too, that they have to be comfortable with you as their attorney.
Absolutely. And the start of that is the consultation, which is why it's important to us. A lot of firms want to charge for consultations. And the reason we haven't done it over the years, we've discussed it from time to time, we want that prospective client to be absolutely comfortable and to determine in that meeting if we're right for each other, because it's a very personal relationship. And I can determine, a half an hour into a conference, if somebody has goals in the case which are inconsistent with what I think may be in their financial best interest or the best interest of the family, maybe we're not the right match. And that's good for everyone.
Right. Well, I often think that when you're getting divorced, you have a set of preconceived notions that you may have heard from your neighbor, your brother, the television. So until you go through it, you don't know. You can't walk in those shoes.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys are the closest things to probably walking in those shoes every time.
Sure.
How has the law changed? And I bet it's changed a lot in the last 5 to 10 years.
Actually, the Illinois Marriage and Dissolution of Marriage Act went through a significant change since this January of 2016. There's no longer the term custody. It's now allocation of parental responsibilities, decision-making, allocation of parental time instead of visitation. Those are significant term changes, but it also adjusts the way you approach a particular case and a particular problem. I think it's critical that people understand that process and understand the changes in the law so as to know how are they going to end up with their particular case. It's absolutely essential to know that. And there has been a change in the maintenance statute that's gone down for approximately the last year and a half. that people are getting used to, and it tried to eliminate some of the changes or the broad directions judges would go in awarding maintenance and try to make it a little more uniform. I don't know that that's necessarily happening, but that was the process, and that's the intent. So there have been a lot of changes in the law, and of course case law is changing daily. So that's always important to know what's going on, what the cases are, how the appellate court's seeing certain circumstances, and how that can apply to your case.
Right. Well, that's why it's best to hire attorneys with some experience, because walk it on through, because it's tough. And Mark, I imagine that you get involved with a lot more than just being the attorney, because you pull on that thread. It's so emotional, and you may need to help with tax or home. Tell me a little bit about resources you might have to help me with that.
Well, over the years, we've developed a broad referral network of corporate attorneys, accountants, business valuators, appraisers of everything from luxury boats to classic vehicles to homes. And it's important to know these folks and be able to draw upon their expertise, and knowing too that if the case goes to trial, which fortunately most cases don't go to trial, if that happens, you have an expert who is capable of testifying and is qualified to testify. So those are some of the people we draw upon to assist us and our clients.
And you mentioned, going to court, and that's the final step. But there are 3 steps or 3 methods that you use to help people get through this divorce. Tell me a little bit about that, John.
Well, certainly, what most attorneys will try to do in a divorce case is try to see if they can work it out, try to settle it, get a basic understanding of the facts of the case, and try to see, based on their experience, if they can put together an agreement that both sides can find acceptable.
And that keeps them out of the courtroom.
Keeps them out of the courtroom. Another process would be to use an objective third party, a mediator, someone who's trained to help people resolve issues, and that mediator tries to help them come to an agreement. If that's not successful, there's litigation, and that's ultimately where you have the judge decide any particular issues. There's an area of law, or an approach that people use called collaborative law, where people agree ahead of time not to litigate, but to try to resolve their case without the threat of motions, court dates, and things of that nature. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes mediation works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes agreements between counsel work, sometimes it doesn't. Ultimately, the judge is the one that's going to call the shots, and hopefully you don't have to get there. More often than not, cases settle before they get to a judge.
That's great. Now, you both, we started out talking about experience, and I guess you both have a lot of experience, and I guess I would like to close with asking, John, why do you still do it? It's tough. What makes this your purpose?
Sure. Every case is a challenge. Every case is different. Every case involves people and their lives and where they're going to, from this point to the next point, you're with them the whole step of the way. And it's very satisfying when you are able to sit down with them and work out a plan, work the plan, and it does turn out the way you expect it. It's very gratifying when people not only come back and appreciate what you've done, but they've referred to other people. Most of our clients come from referrals, and that's rewarding. So we get that reward stick every day because we've helped clients and we've worked with people, and it's very enjoyable to get them through those tough times.
Well, yeah, and you used the word enjoyable to get through tough times. Mark, anything to add to that?
We enjoy our colleagues. We enjoy our clients, and the most gratifying thing is in a case with children and a case with limited resources, trying to preserve the family relationship between the parents and the children and preserve their financial resources. That's really the most important thing. And when you can accomplish that feels really good. It's gratifying.
I bet. You guys are playing an important role. So thanks for stopping by and telling us a little bit about it.
Our pleasure.
Enjoyed it very much. We're going to be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.